The following video reflects my strong, unwavering stance about a certain group of people. You cannot guilt me, religiously pimp me, or emotionally pimp me to get me to change my mind. I'm standing firm on this, and nothing you can say or do will ever change it. Before I start my morning routine, I want to talk about something. And before I talk about it, I want you to see this video clip. Then I'll give you my opinion.
Now, so many red lines are being crossed that you have the choice between your self-respect. Being a happy vessel is one thing, being a miserable slave is something else. If you back down now, you're going to lose your dignity. And that's probably the most precious thing you can have in a democracy. It's your dignity.
Now, I listened to that. And what caught my attention? Happy vessel, miserable slave, and dignity. That's important. Now, that exists in all groups, that type of a mentality. And I'm going to be pulling out the race card right now. So take it or leave it. I'm going to do it. But the race card I'm going to pull out is the black card. Why? Because look, take a look at this picture. Now, when he talks about happy vessel, self-respect, what these people are here are happy slaves with no respect. I know I have some in my family, I have some friends, and I have some strangers on social media. This is a happy slave. They have no dignity, they have no self-respect. They get rewarded by being accepted by the barbarians, by wearing that cap proudly. Okay. They have no consideration for no one else. As a matter of fact, not even for themselves, because if they knew historically, they'd know that the barbarian doesn't care about them as well. But they need to be accepted by them. Some of them are opportunists and think they're going to financially benefit from them. But what I'm telling you, these are happy slaves. And from this point forward, that's what I'm going to call them. So when I see them, I'm just going to say, hey, happy. Now I want you to look at this video that was done in 1963 that's very relevant today. And I'll say something afterwards.
When black people like me talk to the slaves, they didn't kill him. They sent some old house Negro along behind him to undo what he said. You have to read the history of slavery to understand this. There were two kinds of Negroes. There was that old house Negro and the field Negro. And the house Negro always looked out for his master. When the field Negroes got too much out of line, he held them back in check. He put them back on the plantation. The house Negro could afford to do that because he lived better than the field Negro. He ate better, he dressed better, and he lived in a better house. He lived right up next to his master in the attic or the basement. He ate the same food his master ate and wore his same clothes. And he could talk just like his master, good diction. And he loved his master more than his master loved himself. That's why he didn't want his master hurt. If the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? We sick?" When the master's house caught a fire, he'd try and put the fire out. He didn't want his master's house burned. He never wanted his master's property threatened. And he was more defensive of it than the master was. That was the house Negro. But then you had some field Negroes who lived in huts, had nothing to lose. They wore the worst kind of clothes, they ate the worst food, and they caught hell. They felt the sting of the lash. They hated their master. Oh, yes, they did. If the master got sick, they prayed that the master died. If the master's house caught a fire, they prayed for a strong wind to come along. This was the difference between the two. And today you still have house Negroes and field Negroes.
Now that you've seen that, now maybe you know why I have no respect for them. for the house Negroes, who I call happy. That's right, strangers, friends, and family. I am done with you for life. You can let this video sink in and make your own decision as to what you're going to do, whether you have some dignity or you're just another happy slave. I'm going to go ahead and do a little workout, get my exercise on, and then go have my breakfast. Enjoy your day.